Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lilian Liu, technical marketing from NOVOSENSE, a Chinese leading IC provider. And it's a pleasure to be here at PCIM Europe. Today, I will talk about critical challenges in the rapidly evolving world of e-mobility, high voltage safety. As EV push towards the higher efficiency and faster charging, the managing the high voltage domain safely and reliability has never been more important. In the next 20 minutes, I want to walk you through how NOVOSENSE advanced isolation technology and a comprehensive isolation plus a product portfolio to empowering the EV system. The presentation will divide into three parts. Firstly, let's start with introduction NOVOSENSE. NOVOSENSE is a Chinese leading IC provider of high performance and high reliability of analog and mixed signal IC. Established in 2013, we have grown to 1,300 employees with R&D and sales centers spanning major tech hubs in China, South Korea, Japan, Germany, and the US. In last year, the 2025, our revenue reached $479 million with 70% year-on-year growth. And currently, we are both listed on Shanghai Stock Exchange and Hong Kong Exchange. And most importantly, we are ranked as a #1 automotive analog IC supplier in China. And we also are global leading provider for isolation product and sensor IC. And for our focused application as these three key areas: automotive, industrial, and energy, and the customer electronics. For the automotive marketing, it accounts for 35%, covering the body electronics and the lighting, traction inverter, BMS, OBC, DC-DC, and thermal management system. And for the industrial and energy department, we accounts for 53%, including smart grid energy storage system, UPS, power supply for server and industrial motor drive, industrial automation, and robotics. And the other 12% are from the customer electronics. What sets us apart from other company is our application-driven approach. We are not just make products, then look for market. We first, otherwise, we convert the target focused markets, then we divide exactly what customer need across the automotive, industrial, and energy applications. You could see we have very comprehensive product portfolio from the MCU to sensor interface, power management, isolation, signal chain, and driver IC. We have such comprehensive product portfolio. And while we could provide a wide range of different products, today we will focus on one of our core strengths, the isolation product. Then is our second part. I will introduce NOVOSENSE isolation technology and the isolation plus portfolio. Okay, let me deep dive into the NOVOSENSE core isolation technology and the customer's benefit. First of all, the NOVOSENSE isolation technology is based on capacity isolation. You could look at the top left picture. We could achieve reinforced isolation by silicon dioxide capacity in cells each channel. And you can look at the middle, the cross-section view picture. That means we do core development, multi-layer stack structure to enhance reliability. And then inside the capacity isolation, we use electrical is silicon dioxide. You can look the top right picture. The silicon dioxide dielectric strength is the most high, extremely high, up to 500 volt RMS per micrometer. And for this is for 1 second, and even for 40 years, we could also up to more than 100 volt RMS per micrometer, super higher than the polyimide. And inside the coding technology, when we use the adaptive OOK. What is adaptive OOK? OOK means the on-off key. That means what? Basically speaking, if you enter a very high voltage signal, we have the isolation barrier in the middle, and at the primary side, we have a modulator, and at the second side we have a dual modulator. If enters a very high signal, the modulator will transfer the high voltage signal to even higher frequency signal to pass the isolation barrier. Then the dual modulator will recognize the signal and output a very high voltage volume. And if the enter is a very low voltage value, the adaptive OOK will do nothing, and the demodulator will detect the low voltage signal, then output the low voltage. That is the adaptive OOK technology. And this adaptive OOK coding technology will get lower reduction and bit error rates than the edge transmission and the opto transmission. And inside the OOK coding technology, we use the differential transmission. So combined with the adaptive OOK coding technology and the differential transmission, we could get better CMTI performance. We could achieve more than 150 kV per microsecond with these two technology. That means we could reject noise effectively in the very noisy environments. Okay. And based this technology, we involve our isolation technology as the slides shown from our the first generation, the NSI 81 series with basic isolation. And for the surge voltage is only 7 kV. To our the current second generation, we features with reinforced isolation and the surge voltage up to 12 kV. And we could achieve 1050 volt RMS isolation working voltage. And last year, we just released the newest gen of the second generation called the NSI 83 series. We could offer better solution with the cost optimized and further improve the EMI and EOS performance. And also, we could achieve more than 12 kV surge. Okay, and we are not only doing the digital isolator. We move from digital isolator only to isolation plus. What is isolation plus? They have three meanings. The first one stands for enhanced safety. Deliver safety levels exceeding basic isolation standards and build a more reliable system. Isolation safety boundary for customer systems. And the second meaning stands for very full product ecosystem. From the digital isolator, we divide a lot of such as isolated sampling, isolated interface, isolated power, and isolated drive. With major comprehensive isolation technology IP as a cornerstone, we expanded into a complete product portfolio to provide one-stop solution for customers. And the last meaning, the plus stands for in-depth application empowerment, meeting the emerging needs of scenarios, including electrical EV, high voltage platforms, high power portable storage charging system, and high integration, high efficient AI server power supplies enable system level safety, reliability, and efficiency. That's what mean of the isolation plus. Here is our Isolation Plus portfolio. From the digital isolator, we have 1 to 6 channel. The name is the NSI 83 series. Yeah, we could offer 1 channel, 2 channel, 4 channel, and 6 channel. Then we divided into isolation CAN. It's combine the digital isolator and the CAN transceiver inside in one chip. So we call the isolated CAN. We have the part number is NSI 1042. And we also have optocoupler replacement device. And under the NSI 72 series, we can do the optocoupler replacement with this series. But inside is also the capacitive isolation. Then we also have a lot of such as isolated sensing product. Isolated sensing divided into isolated amplifier and isolated ADC. We could put the signal, the accurate voltage or current signal from the high voltage side to translate safely to the MCU side. And we also have isolated drivers such as the NSI 67 series could offer reliable driven of IGBT, MOSFET, and silicon cable. And we also have the last one is the isolated power. We integrated the transformer into this kind of device. We have 2 channel and 4 channel option, such as the NSIP9 series. Okay, that's all the Isolation Plus portfolio. And then we can go to the third part of today's presentation, the NOVOSENSE isolated sensing solution in e-mobility system. Okay, here let's look at the automotive marketing. As I just mentioned, the NOVOSENSE is a very leading Chinese IC provider in automotive marketing. We ranked number 1 recent years, and with our shipments of automotive chips exceeded 1.4 billion pieces. You could see in our chips is very everywhere in an EV, and we provide isolated plus product at a lot of for the whole high voltage to low voltage side, and from the inverter to OBC to BMS and PTC. And here I also want to share some newest trend in EV marketing, especially in China EV marketing. The trend, the 5800 volt high voltage system has become a standard equipment in middle to high end models. And for higher efficiency, the single stage OBC has emerging, and driving comfortable and safety has become one of the core strengths of these models, such as the active suspension has been a new design trend. And for comfortable features, some customer will do new design in the such as in the PTC air condition vent temperature sensor to realize more comfortable feelings for customer. Okay, here I will take a traction inverter as a detailed example. Here I also list our block diagram for the traction inverter and list some sampling points. For the trends of the traction inverter, there are high efficiency, high voltage, high power density, safe and reliable, and cost reduction. So to following the trends of traction inverter, the requirement for IC is also improved, such as for the high efficiency and the high voltage, need our IC to realize high working isolation voltage more than 1,500 volt RMS and the high CMTI, and optimize the switching performance and the low delay. For the power density, maybe they need lower, smaller package and high integration. For safe and reliable, we need to fully coverage evaluation and the final test, and maybe they also need higher accuracy. For the cost reduction, need IC to optimize the design or process or system integrated solution for cost down. Here, I also list the isolated sensing new product to follow this trend. The first one is NSI 3011. We upgrade this hero product to the newest gen named the NSI 6011 for more cost-effective, for wider input, for higher accuracy, and single-end options for customer to choose. And we also released a new product called the NSI 36 series. It integrated the isolated power in the isolated amplifier that you don't need two power supply in your PCB. You only need the second side power supply to power this chip. It's okay. And that means it's a system integrated. Okay, then I will get to detailed one page for these two new products. The first one is NSI 3011 DO2. This is a pin-to-pin replacement upgrade from the 3011. Yes, the input voltage range is 0 to 2 volts, and it supports higher input impedance up to 1 gigaohm, and the wide bandwidth with 330 kHz typically. With these features, we also could achieve very high sensing accuracy. Such for we could achieve very low offset error, plus minus 1.5 millivolt maximum, and offset drift plus minus 20 microwatt per degree. And for very low gain error and drift, we could achieve the plus minus 0.25 percentage maximum gain error, and the drift is plus minus 45 ppm per degree. And also very low linearity and drift, and SNR, THD performance is also very good. Also, we could achieve very robust isolation features, high CMTI with 150 kV per microsecond, and reinforced isolation. This device, the target application is isolated voltage monitoring, such as in automotive, in industrial motor drive, in power supply, in solar inverter, and the UPS. Okay, except this one is a pin-to-pin replacement. It's a basic version. We have a lot of more options for customer to choose. Such as for the NSI 3011 DO4, the difference with the DO2 is way wider the input volt from 2 to 4 volt. That means we could get higher sing accuracy. You could look at the table at the bottom left. We do a lot of calculate. The system sensing accuracy is composed by DC error and AC error, and the DC error is composed by offset error and gain error. Finally, we do the calculation. The total error is related directly with the voltage in. So you could look at the two curves. The red one is the old gen 2 voltage input NSI 3011, and the green one is the new gen for 4 volt input, the NSI 6011. You could see under different bus voltage from 300 to 800 over new gen with 4 volt input will get lower error. And then we also have offer a lot of options with signal end, such as the SO2, SO4, S33, and S50. I mainly recommend the S33 and the S50 because its gain is ratiomatic, equal to 0.2 multiply V reference. That means this version, that means you could reduce the differential to single end amplifier, and at the same time, the ratiometric gain option help to utilize the ADC 4-scale range and also comprehensive the ADC V reference drift. This is the most recommendation version. Okay, then I also want to introduce our new kind of product called the NSI 36 isolation sensing with isolated power. In the previous, if you use the, sorry. In the previous, if you use the NSI30 series, you need two power supply, one for VDD1, one for VDD2. If in some application, if you have no isolated power in your board, it's very hard to add to design. So we integrated the isolated power supply inside. That means you only need to power at the low side supply, 3.3 volt or 5 volt. The integrated version could simplify the design 50% layout size. And here is the one page. We have single end option and quick protection and higher accuracy features. The last one I will highlight the integrated comparator. It integrated the isolated comparator and amplifier inside. So for fast OVP replacement, additional comparator, and you could reduce the amplifier in your board. Okay, to summarize, the NOVOSENSE is enabling the e-mobility world with advanced isolation technology. So please attend to us. Thank you for your attention.